Hello everyone and welcome to the Wild Side with Wildlife SOS. I'm Kartick Satyanarayan, co-founder and CEO of Wildlife SOS, and joining us today on the Wild Side is someone who's very special. She's been a powerful voice for animal welfare issues. She is the founder and CEO of World Animal News and the president of the non-profit Peace for Animals. She's been an ardent supporter of Wildlife SOS for a long time. After a successful career in the entertainment industry, she's now helping to protect animals. It gives me immense joy to welcome Katie Cleary.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. This is so wonderful.
I hope you've been keeping well and safe. How are you dealing with the pandemic, Katie?
Oh, it's been difficult, just like for everyone. But we're staying busy, focusing on our wildlife campaigns. Our film, which we're almost done with, we actually just finished the trailer. We're just waiting to release it for our documentary We Are One. And World Animal News every day, trying to find the latest breaking news to bring to our worldwide audience. So it's been very, very busy, and of course, quarantine with family hasn't been easy. So, but it's very fun. It's been quite the experience.
Katie, I'd like to thank you for everything that you've done for the protection of animals and your continued support of Wildlife SOS. People like you truly do make this world a better place for the animals. Thank you for what you've been doing.
Thank you. I mean, the amazing work that you're doing on the ground, protecting these elephants and rescuing them from years of enslavement is critically important. And I think that the times are changing. The world's a different place now, but especially for animal welfare, there's more awareness worldwide that probably wouldn't have happened if this pandemic hadn't affected the world. So more attention is being raised towards animal abuse, neglect, rescue, rehabilitation, and getting these animals in a safe place. Just like what you do with your sanctuary at Wildlife SOS in India. It's critical, and if it wasn't for you and your team, I don't think that these elephants would have stood a chance at survival. So it's thank you for your amazing work, because you're doing, I believe you're doing God's work. You're doing a service that will outlive all of us, and protect the species of elephants in India for generations to come.
Thank you, Katie. You're absolutely right. I think people who care about animals are the chosen few, and we really are doing God's work, and which is why I feel so lucky that we have an opportunity to do this and help the animals. And in fact, I feel guilty calling it even work, because I enjoy working with animals all the time.
Exactly. I feel the same way. Every morning you wake up, you feel like, wow, this is something that I would be doing regardless of the situation. I grew up in entertainment since I was 11 years old, and I believe that my mission was not to be involved in entertainment, but to use entertainment as that platform, to use the voice that it gave me in order to raise awareness for my passion, which has always been animal welfare. So when I turned 30 is when I founded Peace for Animals and World Animal News and started producing the first documentary, Give Me Shelter. So it kind of took me now to the trajectory of almost, hitting the big 4-0 soon. And, now I can't believe it's almost been 10 years. It flies by so quickly, but the work that we've done, I still feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like, wow, I could be doing more. I could be traveling more. I could be, in Africa, India, Thailand, helping elephants more. It's a little stressful because of the pandemic. It kind of keeps you constricted, because once you're helping animals around the world, you feel like, wow, I have to be on the ground in order to make a difference. That's how I feel. I don't feel that I'm as productive if I'm not on the ground helping.
You're the founder and president of Peace for Animals. Can you briefly tell us a little more about this nonprofit?
So I founded Peace for Animals in 2012, and it was to save endangered species, specifically big cats. And then we branched off to elephants and rhinos in Africa. We've done a lot of work in Africa, and actually you're the first organization that we've ever worked with in India. So it's very exciting. We're branching out to different countries, including, as of recently, Thailand as well. So Peace for Animals my passion has always been endangered species. So it was a way for us to raise awareness to the plight of the last of 3,500, maybe even less now, tigers remaining in the wild. sadly, there's more tigers in captivity in Texas than there are in the whole world. So, it's something that, I believe that it was our mission. It's my mission. I knew it when I was a young child, being put here for this reason, to raise awareness for the animals. It was never about entertainment. It was about using that platform to raise awareness for those that don't have a voice. So for me, my mission that was given to me was always wildlife, endangered species. And then we've also branched off into the plant-based movement. I'm also a vegan. We've helped launch a lot of plant-based campaigns, raise awareness for those. And then we've also branched off into documentary filmmaking, which will hit a global audience. I really believe that in order to really make the change that we want to make, we need to be on mainstream television. We need to be in the mainstream media. So I believe that even the show that you recently did, which is so wonderful, I love watching them on TV, and documentaries like Give Me Shelter and We Are One, are the future of how we're going to be able to get more support worldwide for our cause. So, yeah.
Katie, your organization Peace for Animals has been supporting the Refuse to Ride campaign of Wildlife SOS. And as you can see, it really is something that inspires us, because we are determined to help these animals come what may. Can you tell me what makes you so passionate about this particular cause?
I've seen videos and photos, and I've actually never witnessed somebody ride an elephant. And then someone sent me a video of what happens to them when they're stolen from the wild and they're beaten for weeks on end, chained, in order to get them to obey, in order to make money off of them for tourism. And it struck such a chord that we could be that cruel to such a sentient being, a species that is literally just here to live free and have, these amazing family connect. I mean, how smart these elephants are, and the connection with their families is so critical. And to take them and steal them from the wild and steal their babies and to enslave them is just, I think it's disgusting. I think it needs to end. And I think that people need to stop profiting off of animals. And I think that we've hit a tipping point, and I think that your organization is critical to that tipping point, to ending the enslavement of these beautiful, sentient, smart beings. And, elephants have the longest memory of any species. So these animals do remember, and I know that during the rehabilitation process and basically taking them from this enslavement, rescuing them, and then rehabilitating them and giving them the best last years of their life. Thank God for you and your organization, because these animals, I don't know, they probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Well, that's very kind of you to say that, Katie. You're also the founder and CEO of World Animal News. Can you tell us about this and how it all started?
Yes. So, everything happened in 2012. It was an epiphany. I woke up one morning and I felt that I wasn't doing enough. I was working full time in entertainment, and I thought, wow, I just feel like I'm not using the platform that God gave me to the full potential that I could be using it. So, 3 ideas popped into my head. One was a documentary, Give Me Shelter, that I started producing. One was the news network. No one had a news network for animals at that point in 2012. So I thought, wow, could we be the first? Why hasn't anyone done this? This is interesting. And then, of course, Peace for Animals. So those 3 things happened one morning when I woke up, and I called my best friend first thing in the morning. I said, Kristen, would you want to move to California and help me with a documentary, help me launch my news network, and help me with my charity? And she said, absolutely, I'll move and I'll help you. So she started helping me direct actually the documentary. That was the main project she was working on. So, it wasn't easy, but it was definitely worth it. Now, we're almost, I can't believe it's been 2012. Wow. It's been quite some time, I'll tell you, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful to see how it's progressed. And my goal is to have World Animal News be the first ever news show on a national network like a BBC. Or even CNN or, NBC, one of those networks. I think this would be perfect for them. And I would love to be the first to do it, because these animals need a voice.
Thank you for being the voice for these animals.
Thank you.
Katie, you've had a very successful career in the entertainment industry. Were you always inclined towards philanthropy and animal welfare?
Yes. So when I was a child growing up, I would rescue animals with my mom. I told her at like 11 years old, I want to start my own organization, and she said, "Yeah, sure, eventually, you can." And I don't think that she really thought I was going to do it, but when I turned 30, I said, you know what, this is the perfect age. This is the turning point. I've done whatever I could in entertainment. I can still work in entertainment, but I want to do it for a greater cause.
Thank you so much for that. That was lovely to hear all of that from you. It's truly inspiring to see the work that you're doing to protect the environment and the animals.
Thank you for your amazing work. I think that it's a collaborative effort. I love working with different organizations, and not everyone in animal welfare has that same view, but I think that we're more powerful working together as a group than we are as individuals. So.
Absolutely, I can't agree with you more, Katie. Now let's move on to the next segment of the show, and I call it Elephant in the Room. But I'm going to ask you a series of random questions, and you have to answer them as quickly as possible. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What's your spirit animal?
An elephant.
Who or what inspires you?
Jane Goodall inspires me.
Your top 3 favorite animals?
Okay, tiger, I would say elephant, and rhino.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you want to be?
I have 2 places, Africa and India.
That's great. If you had a superpower of your choice, what would you choose?
To fly.
Thank you so much for
Thank you. I love that.
Do you have a message for our viewers, Katie?
Oh, my message is to choose compassion always. Whatever you can do to be a voice for the voiceless, they need your help. So I would, recommend donating. Of course, the Refuse to Ride campaign is a critical campaign. It's really picking up speed in India. So, if you can support, of course, Wildlife SOS and Kartick and their amazing work on the ground in India, saving enslaved elephants from tourism, I think that, that would be my one thing.
Katie, the last time we met was in Los Angeles in October last year, and I hope to see you in India when it becomes safer to travel again.
I will be in India with my whole team. So yes, it's very exciting, and I can't wait to meet all of the elephants that you rescued. I really can see so many videos of them, and we highlight them on World Animal News all the time, and so I'm very excited about it. Very excited.
Well, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Yes, it was great chatting with you as well, and stay well and safe, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Likewise, take care and stay safe.
Bye. Take care. Bye. Bye.